I'm Ledisi, recording artist and now author. My new book, Better Than All Right, Finding Peace, Love, and Power. And you're watching The Book Look.
Book Look, baby, think maybe we can read the love only if we love to read.
Welcome, Book Lookers, as we open the page on another episode of The Book Look, the online review show covering the latest in books and literary news. I'm your host, Monda Webb. Now let's jump right in and take a look at our Book to Look For segment with Cherise Carney-Nunes.
Here we go, Book Lookers. Today, in our Book to Look For segment, we have The GQ Candidate, a juicy fiction thriller from political pundit, media personality, and first-time novelist Keli Goff. The GQ Candidate follows African-American heartthrob and political candidate Luke Cooper as he vies for the highest office in the land. But before and during his historic presidential run, a number of scandalous and behind-the-scenes events occur that take a toll on his ambitions and his personal life. And just to let you know, although we try to keep it clean here at the Book Look, this novel contains a sex scandal and some closet skeletons that just won't go away. Sounds like a page-turner. Okay, let's go to Jessica Ann Mitchell for our feature book segment.
Hey Book Lookers, this week's featured book is Song Yet Song, a 2009 contemporary classic by award-winning author James McBride. This celebrated novel deserves a much-needed second look for its vivid 19th century depiction of beautiful enslaved African Liz Spoolcott, who escapes from her Maryland plantation before being captured by slave catchers and beaten into a coma. When she awakes, she can see the future, everything from the rise of Martin Luther King to the spread of hip-hop. Song Yet Song is a triumphant and tragic account of one woman's special gift and her ultimate struggle to save those around her.
Thanks, Jessica. And now it's time for a special guest.
Hi, this is Keli Goff, the author of The GQ Candidate, out in paperback June 2012, and the author of Party Crashing, How the Hip-Hop Generation Declared Political Independence. I hope you'll visit me on Facebook and on my website at KeliGoff.com, and that's Keli spelled with one L and an I. And you can also find me on Twitter at KeliGoff, and you're watching The Book Look.
Now it's time for the Book Look Author Spotlight, where we put our authors on blast.
Hi, I'm Letitia Lovely.
And I'm Monique D. Mensa.
And you're watching The Book Look.
Y'all's Bowlegged Lou from Full Force. Our new book, Not Just a House Party, and you are watching The Book Look.
And this is Brother Cornel West, the worldwide channel, The Book Look.
Now that's good stuff. Okay, let's move to our Book Look calendar of events. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, Book Lookers, as we unveil our Book Look honors for the month. That's right. We start off with the best-selling books as recorded by AALBC.com, the most popular African-American book site on the web.
And now, let's check out the book of the month from Go On Girl Book Club, the largest national reading organization in the U.S. for Black women. This month's book is Gathering of the Waters by Bernice McFadden.
Okay, Book Lookers, it's time for the top honor of the show, where we recognize the Book Looker of the month, which is an individual, organization, or book club that's shown their love for books or literacy in some active way. Drum roll, please. Hey, producer, who's this month's Book Looker of the month?
This month's Book Looker of the month is Max Rodriguez, founder and director of the legendary Harlem Book Fair and of QBR, the Black Book Review. Congratulations, Max Rodriguez. You are the Book Looker of the Month. This edition of The Book Look is sponsored by Industrial Bank, the oldest and largest African-American owned bank in the Washington area. Industrial Bank, getting it done since 1934.
Well, that does it for this edition of The Book Look. And remember, authors, book clubs, and book lovers, you can make your book a book you love, or your book club or organization eligible for coverage on The Book Look by setting up a profile on our new Book Look social forums at thebooklook.com. All right, book lookers, let's cue that Zion Birdsong track to take us out. Until the next chapter, this is your host, Monda Webb, closing the page on The Book Look.